One of the really significant buzzwords that's been in our community for a long time is personal mastery. And I'm a born-again believer, I'm a Christian, and I'm very much coming from that angle with everything that I teach and everything that I do. The Bible talks very clearly that one must master themselves. I cannot give what I do not have. I can't take the little splinter out of another person's eye until I've dealt with the beam in my own. There's all kinds of scriptures that I could cite here that I believe would give us a basis for this. But the truth of the matter is that I cannot counsel someone from a place of a lack of knowledge. I cannot actually be an example to someone unless I've mastered something. So, Tiger Woods does not look to someone who is a novice at golf to be his coach. He wants to find someone who is a master trainer, master teacher, someone who can actually refine him. Now, Tiger might be the greatest golfer that's ever walked the planet, but the fact is he has someone who is a master at training him, a sensei, if you will, that is able to help him to go to level after level after level. Now, with all of that being said, let's talk about personal mastery. To really exercise personal mastery, there are 5 or 6 major areas that you must deal with in your life. Let's talk about them. Number one, first and foremost, in priority, is your spiritual condition. I believe with all of my heart that an individual must have reconciled their person with God in order to come into a full life. Now, that's not to say that someone won't experience measures of success and if they're not a Christian. I'm not saying that, because to the contrary, there are many people out there that are not believers, frankly, that have had great success because they operate in the context of using principles that work across the board. But I will say that my spiritual reconciliation between my heart and the heart of God or the Creator is something that is fundamental to personal mastery. That comes first. Secondly, you have to look at this thing called time. I have to be a master of my time. As we've mentioned in previous videos, you have 24 hours in a day. Every human being has the exact same amount of time allocated to them every day. What you do with that time is absolutely up to you. And so I must be a master of moments, because days are made up of hours, are made up of minutes, are made up of seconds, are made up of moments. I have to master moments. I have to be intentional about the way I go about utilizing the time that I have. Another area that must be mastered is relationships. Relationships. God did not create man or woman to be alone. As a matter of fact, I believe everything in life, everything God will ever do in the earth, is done in the context of covenants and relationships. Whether it's friendships, whether it is contracts or business arrangements, those are relationships not with a company to company, but it always involves a person to a person. Here very recently, our church, our ministry in Dallas-Fort Worth has come into a new relationship. We are partnering with and working with a charter school that has a great vision for this community. And that's a relationship between the church entity that I shepherd and the school entity that these folks are planting and starting and launching here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. However, the two entities cannot relate unless individuals relate. So I have been working closely with the CEO and founder of this school. So the point is that relationships are key. Marriage relationships. Genesis, it's not good that man should be alone. So God recognized there had to be a partnership between two people in order for life to be whole. Let me tell you what, if you're living life without friendships, it's a difficult place to be. If you're living life without counselors in your life, difficult place to be. So relationships are an area that is a part of this mastery piece. Now, another area that has to be mastered is money. Now, I'm going to talk more about this in a future video, but let me just say this. Money's not evil. Money does not ruin a person. Money simply makes a person more of what they already are. A person's character, a person's mindset, a person's belief systems will manifest when they have more money, and it will create a larger version of what they already have to work with. Now, with that said, we have jobs. Many of us are self-employed. We're entrepreneurs, business owners, and I encourage people to think in terms of having multiple streams of income. But in any event, whatever money is coming into your hands, God has given us a command to steward that money a certain way. So we must become masters of resources. Another area is our body. We have to master our body. Now you can look at me and you can tell that I have not yet mastered my body. And I'm being very honest about that. But something that I'm becoming more and more conscious of as I get older is that I have to be intentional. I have to make a priority of this because my body will not simply by some osmosis take care of itself. I have to eat right. I have to exercise. I have to sleep enough. I have to get plenty of rest because my body demands that of me. I have to make sure that I'm supplementing my diet with vitamins and supplements and things that over time your body doesn't generate. No one's going to take care of this thing for me. I have to do it. My father passed away at a very young age, and so I'm even more conscious of seeing to it that I'm around for my children, for my grandchildren, even for my great-great-great-grandchildren. I have to master my body. I also have to master my relationships and as they relate to my purpose. By that I mean, I have a purpose, a God-given unique design. I'm here for a reason. There's something very special that I am to accomplish, that you're to accomplish. So I have to be a master of stewarding that purpose. So we're going to talk more about these as we unleash some more videos on you here in the next number of weeks. But I want to just tell you that personal mastery is an intentional process whereby these major compartments of life, we are looking at them, we are managing them, we are stewarding them in a way that one, pleases God, two, takes care of ourselves and develops ourselves, three, by way of those two things, we become of greater benefit to others. So personal mastery, be thinking about that. Brian Holmes here. Thanks for joining me on this video today, and we look forward to talking to you again very, very soon.